Well, hey y'all, this is Frank, and welcome back to Travel Time. Well, I guess you're never going to know where I'm going to be speaking about today. Yeah, it's Orlando, place where I spend half of my life. I spend half my life in London and half of my home in Orlando, and I just want to tell you a little bit about possibly one of my favorite cities in the world. I love Orlando. Now, the airport, the first thing that happens when you arrive, you'll find at Orlando sometimes you're going to have to wait at immigration quite a while. If you do go to the States quite often, get what I've got, which is global entry. So I virtually bypass every line and go straight through. Once you've been through immigration, at Orlando Airport they have little hubs that you go into. Your suitcases will come through over there. Don't go and get yourself a trolley because you've got a short little walk. And then you've either got the choice of taking your suitcase with you and going on the train into the main hub, or you can put it on a conveyor belt and collect at the other side. Don't do that. That's going to take you about a half an hour. If you can, just drag your cases with you, get onto the train. The train will take you into the main terminal and you get out there pretty quickly. Taxis, there's a lot of taxis out there. Uber also works really, really well. I always use the Ubers when I come over here. And with the Ubers, you go down to either Terminal A or B, and I go down to I think it's the second level, and stop number 32 is normally where the Ubers come. The Ubers are way more reasonably priced, very friendly. A normal kind of taxi, I've paid anything from $40 to $70 to get in. With an Uber, I've paid anything from $32, but also at busy periods, up to $70. But my average I sort of work on is around $40, and I'm near the Universal area, so International Drive, where most people go, in the Universal area. Tipping, as with anywhere in the States, tipping is huge. You'll be paying anything between 17 to 25% for a tip. And a lot of the restaurants will actually just add on 20% without you even saying anything. The culture, what I love about Florida, and especially Orlando, it's so informal. I can walk around in my tank tops, my shorts, my sandals. Even when you go out in the evenings, you can go to some really nice restaurants with a nice shirt and nice shorts on, and a lot of the people will even be wearing their sneakers. So it's a pretty informal place. The prices, you get all kinds of things that you're going to be paying for over here. Shopping is great, but eating out, you can get anything from all of your McDonald's, really cheap meals, to real high end. Now, my favorite area to go to in Orlando is Dr. Phillips. It is a beautiful, beautiful area. It's almost restaurant row. There are some great restaurants there. And there must be 10 or 15, 20 fantastic top-end restaurants. Expect for two of you with wine to be paying anything between $250 to $300 with a tip. Some of my favorites are Eddie V's because they've got different jazz band every night. I love it over there. Seasons 52 for just smaller portions of great calorie-counted food. Ruth's Chris for some of the best steaks you've ever had in the world. But you're going to be paying $60 for a small piece of steak, another $14 for your fries, another $14 for some vegetables. You add that all up, you're at $100 before you've even started. So there's some great restaurants over there. Lebanese, you've got Cedars, you've got the Bosphorus. Any kind of food you want, you can get there. And then on International Drive, it's much more touristy. Dr. Phillips area is where all the locals go. International Drive is where all of the tourists go. And there's some great restaurants there as well. There's a new one that I quite like called Mia's Kitchen. And it's right next to Bahama Breeze, which is also fantastic, which is also next to the Dueling Pianos, which is a great place just to go and have an evening out. So many hotels that you can stay at, and once again, you can be going from budget hotels right up to the Ritz-Carlton. So again, depending on your budget, every hotel is pretty good. Every hotel's got a great gym. They've got restaurants nearby. Everyone has got a swimming pool. So you can't really go wrong anywhere in Orlando. At my home in Orlando, I drink the tap water. It's fine. Many people still go out and get the bottled water, but for me, drinking tap water here is pretty good. And there's so much to do. Of course, you've got all of the parks. You've got the Kennedy Space Center, which is only an hour away. You've got great beaches. Cocoa Beach takes me an hour. Daytona, maybe an hour and a quarter. If I go over to the other side, I've got Tampa. I've got Clearwater, St. Pete Beach. If I'm prepared to go 3 hours, I can go down to Fort Myers, or down the other side, I can go to Miami and Fort Lauderdale. And of course, Fort Lauderdale, one of my favorite cities in the world. I do a lot of business over here, and the business dress is also pretty informal. Most of the time, it's going to be a nice pair of slacks, loafers, and a shirt similar to what I've got on, or just a nice business shirt. I've never seen anyone, maybe in a bank or financial services, that is wearing a suit with a tie. It's a really safe city. I can walk around anywhere. There's just so much to see and do. And again, if you want to find out anything about Orlando being one of my home cities, you just drop me an email, frank@frankfurness.com. Now, the parks are going to cost you an arm and a leg. And I don't know how some families can afford to bring out your husband, wife, and 3 kids, because figure on $130 each just to get in. Now you drive up to the park in your car, they'll charge you $25 just to park your car, which is crazy. That's over and above your $130. Once you get in, they'll be charging you a fortune for food and water, which is really very average. So have a lot of money when you're coming in. Because also, if you've got kids, they're going to be wanting to have all of the Mickey t-shirts, the hats, all of that kind of stuff. So it's pretty pricey going out to all of the parks. But also along International Drive, there's a lot of places you can go to. The Ripley's, believe it or not, Madame Tussauds. There is so much you can do. You could spend a month here and go to a different place every day. A couple of hours away, you're in Tampa, and you've got a whole lot more parks there and great beaches. By the way, out of the top 10 beaches in America, I think 6 or 7 are in Florida. So we do have some great beaches over here. And again, this is Frank with Travel Tips, just talking about my favorite city, my hometown, which is Orlando. I love it. You've got to come along. Give me a call when you're here, and let's go and have a beer or a glass of wine together. Hey, this is Frank, and I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. There's lots and lots more to come. I've visited so many countries, so many cities, and I've got so much more to come. So please subscribe. Please go on and watch every one of the series. Give me some comments. Give me some feedback. Also, take a look at my websites, frankfurness.com and productivitycenter.com. Also, follow me on LinkedIn, Frank Furness. Every day I come up with some great new ideas and strategies. So hey, this is Frank. Thanks for listening.